Alrighty guys, good morning, Madman Mondello coming at you live from the Garden Garage here in beautiful Alabama. Alright, it's good to see you guys. I've had a couple doctor's appointments, of course, so it's been kind of crazy for me. I've been running around like an idiot, okay? Anyway, what we got today here is a 7-console stream here. Alright, and all of these consoles are RGH3. They all have college football revamped with the one-button updater. They're all up on Alliance servers. They got Purge for GTA 5, we got BO2, MW3, Ghost, and Advanced Warfare off host, as well as Jiggy and Sentinel, okay, for which are GSC menus for BO2 for zombies and multiplayer, okay. Yeah, these come, of course, with Aurora and all that kind of good stuff. And they're all set up and ready to go. And we're going to fire this thing off with Mr. Ralph Lowe. Did a send-in. It's a 500 gig drive. All right, so I'll tell you what, we're going to fire it up. Make sure everything is right. And also, when you get these systems, okay, there's going to be 2 videos sent to your email. One of this live stream and another one for the startup setup video. Please watch that startup setup video. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting at this logo for a very, very, very long time, which would not be a good thing, okay? We don't want to do that, all right? So we got to make sure that you get it up and online for the first time. It's a one-shot deal. Once you get it up on your network, you'll be fine. Unless you change networks, which means you change your router, or if you go to a friend's house or whatever, you have to go through the setup again, okay? But other than that, you know, if it's stationary at your house, you don't have to go through it again. And no, not now, okay? And now we're going to go through this thing. This is 500 gig, all right? So we start off, we got Xbox 360 dashboard. We work our way through. And as you can see, we got all the Call of Duties on here, Dragon Ball, friggin' Gears of War, Grand Theft Auto series, Mass Effect trilogy, so on and so forth, okay? Of course, NCAA Football 14 with College Football Revamp version 17, the latest edition. Also, for those of you who have asked me about the one-button updater, okay? When that thing comes up, okay, you can update, all right? However, though, this is already updated to version 17. Now, the reason why it does that is because the simple fact is that it's going off of the timestamp on the hard drive of when the mod was done. So it's thinking that there's a new one. There is not. But when version 18 comes out from the CFBR team, well, then it's going to wind up, you know, you're going to know it because you're going to hear about it, of course. And then you can hit the one-button updater. It'll update, and then it won't bother you anymore until there's another update, okay? Just to let you know, all right? So anyway, just trying to explain that to you. All right, and then of course you got PGR4, you got PopCap Collection, Red Dead Redemption, you got Saw on here. You got a bunch of stuff on here, so you have a blast with that, all right? You got Xbox Live Arcade, you got a bunch of Live Arcade on here. Live Arcade, you start it up in bypass mode, which is the power button, and then hit the eject, leave the tray hanging out, and it'll suck the tray back in, and then you'll be able to play the full versions of the Xbox Live games, okay? Xbox Live Arcade games. Then, of course, you have your homebrew section where your tools reside. You have your indie games. You got a bunch of indie games on here, all right, all by developers. And then you got classic games. Also, classic games you have to run in bypass mode. Power it on, hit the eject button, leave the tray hanging out, so on and so forth. Let it suck back in, and then you can play the original Xbox games that are on here. These all work on this system. All right, and then of course you have emulators. You got MAME, you got Super Nintendo, you got let's see here. No, that's I hate when it does that. It just decides that it's going to go ahead and download the wrong title artwork for the damn game. That's enough to piss you off. There, that's better. Okay. So, you have NES Emulator, Game Boy Advance, Sega, MAME, Super Nintendo, back to NES Emulator, so on and so forth. You got 8,000 ROMs on there. Have a blast with that. If you're into classic side-scrollers and old-gen arcade systems and everything, well, this is the place to be. All right? Now, we're going to make sure that she's up and online and live. And away we go. And there she is. We're good. Okay? And we're live, and life is grand. Okay? Now, hitting the guide button, you'll go over to our 5th tab. That's where our cheats are for all of these games here. The Advanced Warfare, BO2, Ghosts, and Modern Warfare 3 cheats. To disable, hit A. To enable, hit A. Very easy to come enabled right when you start up the system. And there you have it. Right? So, Ralph, listen, thanks so much for your business, man. I greatly do appreciate it. Shipping it out today. You'll get a tracking number. Well, yeah, you'll get a tracking number, okay? And also, you're going to get a link to the videos, to this one and to the startup setup video, okay? So thank you so much. We're going to say goodbye to Ralph. Okay, we're going to pull him down here. All right. And we have Mr. Robert Carney. Okay, Robert went ahead and he purchased a send-in system, of course. He sent his in, RGH3. This one came with a 250 gig drive, okay? And, of course, Robert, your system, it's in one piece. Life is good. All right, we'll fire this bitch up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. Let me sync this controller up here. Alright. There we go. Okay. And as you can see, it boots like a beast. This is all RGH3, all chipless installs. And we're going to get to Aurora here. As soon as it decides it's going to hook up and link up to the network, and which it just did. You can always tell by the green stuff stop moving around. Alright, now we're going to boot into Aurora. Now this one is 250 gig complement, so it's a little bit smaller than the 500, of course. Well, a lot smaller actually. Okay? Now as you can see, you know, CFBR, as you can see, the update is available. This is what I was talking about with the one button updater. You don't have to do it now. It's already been updated, so you ain't got nothing to worry about there. Like I said, with the later edition, that's when you're going to have to hit the button and let it update. Alright? So anyway, we'll start off Xbox 360. As you can see, Battlefield, Call of Duty's on here. Modern Warfare, Gears of War, Grand Theft Auto, Halo series, NCAA Football 14 with College Football Revamped, latest version, okay, so on and so forth. Now, Xbox Live Arcade. Alright, you got your homebrew section where your tools reside. You got classic games on here as well. You got indie games. A full complement of emulators on there. So far, so good. Alright, we'll get to the original dashboard here. We'll make sure that she's up and online. Make sure everything's happy. Yep, there we go. Good. And as you can see, and there you have it. Okay, and hitting the guide button, we'll go on over our fifth tab. Again, all of our cheats right there. To disable, hit A. To enable, hit A. So if you want to give someone a bad day in a lobby, well, you can do it. Okay, and there you have it. Robert, thank you for your business, man. I really do appreciate it. Okay, we're going to be shipping it off today. You'll have a tracking number, and life will be grand. All right, now, power this one off here. Moving right along. Okay, here we go. Mr. Donovan Hosford. Okay, he's got a 250 gig drive here. He purchased this console off the website from us. Okay, Donovan, this one is yours right here. Okay, so we're going to fire this thing up. Make sure she gets up and online. It's going to have the same complement as the other one. And of course, RGH3 never fails. Well, sometimes it does. It depends. I've run across a couple of Xboxes that didn't like it at all. I had to put a chip in them. So, chips are not dead, but as soon as Alexi starts to update these a little bit more and he adds a couple more timings to it and stuff like that, you know, it's pretty much chips are going to be over. So that's a good thing in a way. The less hardware and the less crap you pile on it, the better off you are. Okay, not now, ask me later. Okay, so, alright, start off at the dashboard, work our way through. As you can see, all of our Call of Duty's on there, all of our Gears of War on there, our Halo, NCAA Football 14, so on and so forth. Alright, you got your Xbox Live Arcade. Then, of course, you have your homebrew section where your tools reside. You got classic games on here as well. Your indie games, and of course a full complement of emulators on there. And we'll bring this over, we'll hit the dashboard, make sure she gets up and online. If it gets online here, it'll get online there. Alright, and there you have it. Okay, and we're up, we're online with a good KV. Hit the guide button, move on over, and again, our cheats right there. Disable A, enable A. Very easy. Bring this back. There you have it, Donovan. Thank you so much for your business, man. I greatly do appreciate it. Shipping it out today. You'll have a tracking number and all that kind of yah-yah stuff. And, you know, and please follow the startup setup video guide that I send to you. Okay, otherwise, like I said, you'll be staring at that logo for a long time. All right, now. Okay. Next is going to be Taylor Hopkins. Okay, another 250 gig drive. RGH3. Okay, Taylor, this puppy is yours. Okay, I'm going to fire it up. Alright, and I'm going to sync up a controller. Like I said, all these things, they boot so great now. Absolutely wonderful. It's not like stabbing it in the dark or anything like that, you know? Alright. You guys remember the days back 2010 when they first came out with the RGH glitch hack. Okay? Oh my god. And then it got worse. I said trying to get these things to boot within 3 cycles was a nightmare. Not anymore. Alright, now, okay, so as you can see, we're going to have the same complement on here, alright? Xbox 360. And the reason why I do this is I want you guys to see, you know, your consoles before they leave here, okay? They're all working, everything works right, you know? Now, of course, with the post office and their latest follies, okay, and the way they like to throw packages around like footballs, yeah. So, anyway, needless to say, though, alright. So we'll start off at the dashboard, work our way through. Alright, and as you can see, all of your titles on here, nice and neat, okay, the way it should be. You got your Xbox Live Arcade. You got your homebrew section where your tools reside. Your classic games, you got a couple classic games on there, as much as I can fit on there. You have indie games on there. And of course you have your emulators. Now you're not just stuck with a 250 gig drive. You can get an external drive and you can download to your heart's content all kinds of games and stuff like that and put it on there, set the path in Aurora, and you can use an external drive with this as well. Okay, so you know you're not just limited to just the internal hard drive. Okay, just to let you know. All right, there's a lot of tutorials on how to do that out there. I have them on my YouTube as well. Okay, one day what I'm going to do is when I get the time, hopefully, I'm going to go ahead and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a complete setup for this entire system and what, where, how, and try to cover everything that has to do with the RGH and how to use it. Okay, because there's a lot of people that barely tap, you know, the resources of this thing. They played one game or whatever and they're like, okay, well, I don't know what else to do, you know what I mean? You know, and there's a ton of stuff on here. Okay, so, you know, I mean, a very versatile machine, that's for sure. All right, now, of course, you got your emulators, you know, full complement of them. All right, we'll bring it back over to Xbox 360. We'll go ahead and we'll hit the dashboard here. Make sure that she's up and online and live. There you are. Good. So far, Microsoft Network's been playing nice. I'm impressed. All right, hit the guide button. Flop on over. You got your Advanced Warfare cheats, BO2 cheats, Ghost cheats, Modern Warfare 3 cheats. To disable, hit A. To enable, hit A. Very easy. Bring that back. There you have it. Taylor, thank you for your business, man. Really do appreciate it. Shipping it off today. All right. I had to get hard drive shells. Okay, and they finally came in. All right, because I wasn't shipping these out with just a hard drive flopping around. You know, because that's kind of retarded. All right, and the only thing you're gonna do is damage stuff. And what I'm talking about is here, right here. See that? Well, there's a shell that goes around that thing. Okay. Now, you know, I got about 100 of them coming, and they're coming today. Thank God. All right, but I'm not shipping it out like that because, as you can see, when you wiggle this thing, you see that? It shakes, okay? That hurts the hard drive, okay? You don't want to do that. That's a bad move right there. That's why I can't stand when people build these things and they don't include the hard drive shell and they just stick a hard drive in and say, there you go, okay? Meanwhile, as it gets bounced around from USPS, and then you wind up with damaged sectors, platters, and all kinds of good stuff, well, you know, I mean, that's what happens. That's why I ship them out with all brand new hard drive shells. And of course the hard drive shell says 250 gig or whatever, but it's not because what's on the inside is actually sometimes 500 gig, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, so on and so forth. Alright, so just to let you know. Alright, Mr. Drew Barrett. Alright, Drew. This one's yours right here, okay? I'm going to fire the bitch up. Let's see what she does. You better do what I think it's going to do, otherwise there's going to be a problem. Read about me in the paper. Man kills Xbox, details at 11. Alright, now, okay, as you can see, fired up, life is good. Okay, and we're going to go ahead, we'll make it into Aurora, and then we'll go through this thing too. Sometimes it takes a while to hook up, it's just the way that it is. It could be my Wi-Fi too, because my Wi-Fi has been acting a little crazy lately. Alright, so anyway, alright, as you can see, there you are. Okay, we're all good. We'll go through this thing. Again, same complements, same titles on here, 250 gig drive. Alright, so on and so forth. Then of course you have your Xbox Live Arcade. You have your homebrew section where your tools reside. You have some classic games on there. You have indie games on there. And of course you have your emulators on there as well. Okay? Now we'll bring this over. We'll hit the dashboard. Make sure she's up and online. Good deal. Alright. Uh-oh. I hate when it does that. That's not cool. That tells me something's going on with the network here. Go ahead and let me just test the connection. Sometimes that'll happen. It all depends. It could be XHTTP. It is XHTTP. That's what happened. You son of a motherless little goat. Okay. All right. So when that happens, we'll go on over to the homebrew section right here. We'll hit dash launch. And what we do is we go down to network. We'll see. Okay, now they're all red. All right, so that's good. Okay, so XHTTP is good. All right, so we'll just go ahead and we'll save that. Sometimes they'll be green, and it will decide that it's going to turn green. Okay, and then what will happen is this dang thing won't go into Xbox Live. All right, because it's blocking it. All right, let's try this once again, shall we? Let's see what happens here. All right, now. Network settings. No wireless networks found. Isn't that cute? Isn't that adorable? That's funny. Okay. I don't get it. Holy mackerel, that's funny, man. That's hilarious. It figures one of them was going to be stubborn. What can I say? Son of a... That's all right. Anyway, I'll get it going. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it, okay? Hey, just sometimes these things, they just act like a fool sometimes, and I know what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to reset the network on it and everything. So anyway, I'll get you taken care of, and it'll be shipped out today, okay? So don't worry about that. All right. Let me go ahead. Let me get through another one here. Now, I knew one of them was going to give me a problem. That's what they always do. All right, Cody Walton, 500 gig drive, RGH3. Here we go. All right. I'll plug this thing in. Like I said, you know, nothing beats a live stream because you can always, you know, you can't fake it. All right, you either do it or you don't, and that's it. All right, so Cody, here you go. This one's yours. 500 gig. Fire this thing up. All right. And of course, boots. Life is good. All right. Now. All right, let me sync up this controller here. Now, this one is 500 gigs, so this one's got a pretty big complement of games on there. And let's make sure my wireless is working correctly. See what happens. Yeah, she locked up. Okay, that's good. All right, and there we are. Okay. Now we'll go through this thing. Okay, here we go. No, not now. Later. Let's see here. Okay, Xbox 360. Work our way through. Bunch of titles on there. You got a ton. Alright. This should keep you busy for a while. And then some, and of course, college football revamp, so on and so forth. Alright. And there you have it. Okay. Now, Xbox Live Arcade. Alright. Homebrew section where your tools reside. Your indie games. Your classic games. Your emulators. So on and so forth. And we'll hit the dashboard. Okay. Got it. Good. Yeah, see? That's... I don't get it. Works perfectly now. Alright. So anyway, there you are. You're up, you're online, you're live. Our eyeball pleasing HUD. Open our fifth tab, our Advanced Warfare cheats, BO2 cheats, Go cheats, Modern Warfare 3 cheats. We'll bring it back. Xbox Home, there you go. Hey there, Mr. Edwards. I think I did. Okay. Lorraine checks all the shipments in, so I'm gonna let you know. This past week I've been going to the doctor's office a lot. I had to go ahead and I had to go and get stuff taken care of and checked. Okay. But other than that, though, yeah, I'll check it out and make sure. Okay. So just to let you know. All right. So anyway, there you have it. Okay. System's running great. No problems. Okay, Cody. Listen, we're shipping it off today. You have a tracking number. Thank you so much. I greatly do appreciate it. All right, now, got one more, guys. One more, and then I got to fight with that other one. Okay. Corey Knight. 250 gig drive. Okay. All right, now, here we go. All right, now, Corey, this one is yours right here. We'll fire this thing up. As you can see, they're all in a row. Ain't that cute? Okay. Yeah, like little soldiers. Okay. We'll sync the controller up here. Alright. And we should hit the network. And then we should hit Aurora. Okay, also you can play a lot of these games with System Link on Aurora network too. Okay? So if the game is System Link compatible, you can play with your friends on the network. Just like, you know, like the Halo server went down, okay, or it's going down or whatever. Well, that's okay because Halo is System Link enabled, so you're going to be able to play on there with that. All right, just to let you know. Now, you're not just stuck with Xbox Live Network. Alrighty, let's go through this. Excuse me. Oh. Alright, start off with the dashboard, work our way through. As you can see, you got your titles on here. Alright, including NCAA Football 14, College Football Revamp. Of course, you got Xbox Live Arcade. You have your homebrew section where your tools reside. Version 17 is the newest one, man. Okay, from what I understand, version 17 is the newest one. Which, you know, came with all the DLC and everything, Brian. So, you know, should be fine. I'll check College Football Revamp though and make sure. Really, like I said, sometimes they do system patches, like if there was a problem with it or something like that. So, you know, I'll check on it and make sure. All right, and then of course you have your classic games on here. And you have your indie games on here. All right, you have your emulators, so on and so forth. We'll go ahead. We'll hit the dashboard, make sure she's up and online and live. Yeah, and like I said, plays nice. I don't get it. I'm going to kill it. All right, so anyway, there you are. Hit the guide button. Fly on over. There's your Advanced Warfare cheats, BO2 cheats, Ghost cheats, Modern Warfare 3 cheats. Bring this back. And there you have it, Mr. Knight. Thank you for your business, man. Shipping it off today. You'll have a tracking number. And please make sure to watch the video on the startup setup, okay? Greatly do appreciate it. Guys, listen, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate all of you. Okay, I'm working my butt off. Like I said, I got a lot of orders that I gotta fill. I got a ton of them coming in. I got a ton of Xbox stock coming in. I got hard drive shells coming in. I got all kinds of crazy stuff going on. All right, so I got to get to it. And, you know, like I said, guys, I'm working my butt off. So, you know, I mean, I'll have probably another 10 done today. So anyway, you all have a good one, guys. I'm going to holler at you later. I got to get to work. You all have a good one. Take it easy, guys. Have a great day.